Stop, just for a second. Stop what you're doing and listen. There's a silent conversation happening right in front of you, and you're missing it. Every single day, you're having conversations with women, and while you're listening to the words, you're completely missing the hidden message, the real signal. Women have a way of speaking in code when they start to develop real feelings. It's not with grand, dramatic confessions. It's not what you see in the movies. It's in four simple, everyday phrases. Phrases that sound casual, but if you hear them, they mean something powerful. They are her subconscious, testing the waters, seeing if you're the kind of man who gets it. Over 90% of men hear these and just nod along. They have no idea what was just offered to them. But today, that ends for you. By the end of this, you will never hear a conversation the same way again. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about pickup lines. This is about understanding. This is about awareness. Think about the last time a woman said something that made you pause. Just for a second. It wasn't a compliment on your shirt. It was something else. Something that felt heavier. And you probably brushed it off. There was a reason it stuck with you. After studying communication patterns, social dynamics, and yes, ancient Stoic principles on human nature, clear patterns emerge. There are 4 specific phrases that women use when they feel a deeper connection forming, and they are not what you'd expect. Get ready to understand the hidden language of attraction. Phrase 1, I trust you. Of all the things a woman can say, few carry the weight and significance of the phrase, I trust you. For a man grounded in Stoic principles, this isn't just a casual compliment. It's the ultimate validation of his character. In a world saturated with superficial connections and digital posturing, genuine trust has become the rarest form of currency. It's crucial to understand the profound depth of this statement. This isn't about trusting you to remember her coffee order or to not spoil the latest show she's binge watching. This is something far more significant. When a woman looks directly at you, bypassing all the casual pretense, and tells you she trusts you, she is essentially handing you a key. This key doesn't open a physical door, but rather the vault where she guards her deepest vulnerabilities, her past insecurities, and her most honest self. She is granting you access to a part of her that she meticulously protects from the rest of the world. What she is truly communicating is a belief in your fundamental integrity. She trusts your judgment in difficult situations. She trusts that you will handle her heart with care and that you won't use her openness as a weapon against her later. This sentiment echoes the core tenets of Stoic philosophy. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, focused less on seeking external validation and more on the internal work of building an impeccable character. Their goal wasn't to be loved, but to be worthy of love and trust. They understood that trust isn't demanded, it's earned through unwavering action. When she says these words, it's because she has been quietly observing. She has seen that your actions consistently align with your words. You've been reliable even when it was inconvenient. You've chosen honesty over an easy lie, and you've proven yourself to be a safe harbor, a man who is not merely nice, but who is fundamentally good and strong. Therefore, this phrase is the bedrock of any profound connection. It is her way of saying you have passed the most critical test. Your response in this moment is crucial. A simple, dismissive thanks can undermine the gravity of what she's offered. Instead, meet her gaze, acknowledge the weight of her gift, and with sincerity, tell her, that means a lot to me. Then, the most Stoic action of all, honor that trust relentlessly. Let your continued actions prove that her faith was correctly placed. Protect it, because once broken, it is the most difficult thing to ever rebuild. Subscribe to Stoic 24 and hit the bell icon. Phrase 2, you get me. The second phrase, you get me, is far more than a simple compliment. It is a profound sigh of emotional relief. In a world saturated with superficial connections and curated social media personas, the ache to be truly understood is one of the most powerful, yet often unspoken, human desires. When a woman looks at you and says these three words, she is expressing something monumental. She feels seen, not just noticed for her appearance or acknowledged for her accomplishments, but truly seen for the complex, authentic individual she is, including her quirks, her hidden insecurities, and her unvarnished sense of humor. This recognition cuts through the noise of everyday interaction and signals that you have connected with her on a level that few ever do. It means you are listening not just to respond, but to comprehend. You remember the small stories she told you weeks ago about her childhood. You understand why a certain song makes her nostalgic, and you don't judge her for her unconventional pizza toppings. This is the essence of high emotional intelligence, a cornerstone of not only deep relationships, but also a modern Stoic practice focused on empathy and understanding human nature. This statement, "You get me," marks a critical evolution from mere attraction to a genuine, soul-deep connection. Attraction is common, but this feeling of being deeply understood is rare and incredibly potent. She no longer feels the exhausting need to constantly explain herself or perform. In your presence, she can simply be. This creates a safe harbor of authenticity that is both liberating and addictive. From a Stoic perspective, this is the practical application of true empathy, the ability to step outside of your own perspective and see the world through her eyes without immediate judgment. You have offered her the gift of understanding, and in return, she is offering you the most valuable gift she can, her complete, authentic self. This exchange forms the bedrock of trust and intimacy that transforms a fleeting interest into a potentially lasting partnership. It is the ultimate validation that your connection operates on a frequency far beyond the superficial. Phrase 3. We should pay very close attention to this subtle but monumental shift in language, because it's one of the clearest signals you will ever receive. The third phrase is a huge tell. We should. This isn't just a suggestion for an activity. It's a window into her evolving mindset. Linguistically, this marks a massive psychological transition from the separate entities of I and you to the unified concept of we. She is no longer just herself. She is unconsciously beginning to see the two of you as a paired unit, a team. When she says, "We should check out that new burger place," or "We should go hiking this summer," she is doing far more than planning your next date. She is mentally sketching a future that has you in it, building a shared narrative and testing the waters of a potential partnership. This shift from singular to plural pronouns signifies that you are transitioning in her mind from a man she's seeing to a man she's building with. This is where Stoic philosophy provides a crucial framework for your response. The Stoics believed in focusing intensely on what is within your control, and you cannot control her feelings or her words. However, you have absolute control over your reaction. When you hear her use the word we, your response is everything. A vague, non-committal answer like, "Yeah, maybe someday," shuts down the vulnerability she just showed. Instead, lean into it with confident, decisive action. A response like, "Yeah, we definitely should. I'll look up hiking trails and send you some options tonight," is powerfully attractive. It does three critical things. It shows you're on the same page. It validates her vision of the two of you as a unit. And, most importantly, it demonstrates your ability to initiate and lead, a cornerstone of grounded masculinity. You're not just agreeing with an idea. You're actively partnering in its creation, proving through your actions that you are the reliable, present man her subconscious is already trusting you to be. Phrase 4. I'm proud of you. Of all the phrases a woman can offer, perhaps the most profoundly meaningful to a man building his purpose is the simple, yet weighty, I'm proud of you. It's crucial to understand that this is fundamentally different from a casual congratulations. That's what friends and acquaintances say to acknowledge an outcome, a promotion, a finished project, a win. I'm proud of you, however, is something else entirely. It's not just an acknowledgement of the victory. It's a recognition of the struggle, the discipline, and the character required to achieve it. When she says this, she is telling you that she hasn't just been watching the highlight reel. She's been paying attention to the grueling practice sessions behind the scenes. She has witnessed the early mornings, the late nights, the frustrations, and the resilience you displayed when things got tough. This phrase signifies a deep emotional investment on her part. Your journey has become her point of interest, and your success feels like a shared victory. She is, in that moment, positioning herself alongside you, not just as a spectator, but as a supportive partner in your endeavors. For a man, this kind of validation is uniquely motivating because it's rooted in respect for his hustle and his mission, not just his results. It means she sees and values the core of who you are, your drive, your integrity, and your commitment to growth. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic virtue of striving to be a man of action and purpose, as Epictetus advised. First decide who you want to be, then do what you must do. When she expresses pride, it means she sees the man you are striving to become, and she not only approves, but is actively choosing to be a part of that ongoing journey. This isn't about fleeting attraction. It's the foundation of a lasting bond built on mutual respect, which is the ultimate non-negotiable for any meaningful relationship. Conclusion. So there they are. For simple phrases that carry the weight of a world of meaning. This isn't about memorizing lines or playing games. It's about developing the awareness to hear what's truly being said beneath the surface. I trust you is the unshakable foundation, the bedrock upon which everything else is built. You get me is the deep, resonant connection that transcends small talk and taps into a shared understanding. We should is the quiet, powerful vision of a future, a partnership where two individuals start to become a unit. And I'm proud of you is the profound respect that acknowledges your journey, your character, and your purpose. But here is the most critical Stoic takeaway. Your goal is not simply to listen for these words. Your mission is to become the kind of man who naturally inspires them. This is about internal transformation, not external validation. It's about embodying the principles of action, integrity, and depth so fully that these phrases become a natural reflection of who you are. The ancient Stoics didn't plead for respect. They commanded it through unwavering virtue and purpose. Your focus must remain on building that purpose, on mastering your craft, your mind, and your mission. When you do that, you won't need to chase connection. The right people will instinctively want to be part of your world because you offer something real and substantial. If this perspective has shifted something for you today, if it's given you a new lens to see your interactions, then the next step is to commit to this path. This isn't a one-time insight. It's the beginning of a deeper understanding. Subscribe to Stoic 24 and hit the bell icon. We don't chase trends here. We build unshakable character. We build intentional lives. This is your community for mastering the mindset that leads to true confidence and authentic connections. Thanks for watching. Stay strong.